Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Residents of Talitay, Maguindanao del Sur surrender firearms to JTF Central. DND opens Philippine Navy Drone Warfare Summit 2025. DILG directed Taal and Canlaon LGUs to be on full alert. MMDA ramps recycling and flood control efforts in Metro Manila.
Hello to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Tuesday, October 28, and this is AFP Community News, your source for the updates of the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay here to bring you today's story.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, residents of Talitay, Maguindanao del Sur turned over 12 high-powered firearms and other war material to the Joint Task Force Central as part of ongoing peace efforts in the Bangsamoro region. Brigadier General Edgar Catu, the command of the 601st Infantry Brigade, formally received the surrendered firearms during the turnover ceremony. Relatedly, Westmincom Commander Major General Donald Gumiran commended the residents for their cooperation, saying the act reflects their strong commitment to peace and security. The initiative forms part of the military's continuous campaign to promote disarmament and stability in conflict-affected areas of Western Mindanao.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 7th Infantry Battalion launched the first ever military mobile kitchen in the division during a ceremony at its headquarters in Barangay Kapaya, Bagong Bayan, Sultan Kudarat. Designed with modular cooking stations, sanitation systems, and food storage facilities, the innovation aims to improve troop welfare and operational readiness in remote and challenging environments. Battalion Commander Lieutenant Colonel Tristan Ray Vallescas said the project emphasizes the Army's commitment to modernization and efficient service to soldiers and civilians alike. Alongside the launch, the unit also unveiled the Tapat Fighter's Tower, symbolizing vigilance, discipline, and the unwavering dedication of soldiers to protect the nation and its people.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Papsimog, let us hear from Apple about Philippine Air Force conducts relief operations to fire victims in Zamboanga.
Yes, Rofh, a total of 36 families affected by the recent fire at Barangay Tumaga in Zamboanga received assistance in a relief operation conducted by the Tactical Operations Wing Western Mindanao, the Philippine Air Force Civil Military Operations Group in partnership with the SSCSP Zamboanga Chapter and the Supreme Secondary Learners Government. The activity aimed to provide immediate assistance to the affected residents who lost their homes and belongings during the incident. Essential goods including food packs, hygiene kits, and necessities were distributed. This initiative also served as an opportunity to strengthen the spirit of bayanihan and cooperation among the military, students, and civilian sectors. This is Apple Burabo, reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Apple, from Papsimog.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 10th Infantry Division conducted a medical and dental civic action program or MEDCAP and gift-giving activity for residents of Barangay Tuboran, Mawap, Davao de Oro. The event provided free medical and dental consultations, medicine distribution, and a feeding program for the community. 10th RD Commander Major General Alan Hambala reaffirmed the Army's commitment in serving and uplifting communities toward lasting peace and development. Lieutenant ID also held an information drive on the West Philippine Sea to enhance public awareness of the nation's territorial integrity and maritime rights.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Department of National Defense spearheaded the opening of the Philippine Navy Drone Warfare Summit 2025 at the Subic Bay Exhibition and Convention Center running from October 27 to 29, 2025. Representing Defense Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr., Assistant Secretary Augusto Gaite highlighted the importance of adopting emerging technologies to strengthen national defense and maritime security. In his message, Secretary Chodoro emphasized that integrating unmanned systems is vital for protecting the country's territorial integrity and achieving technological independence. The summit serves as a platform for collaboration among defense planners, industry experts, and innovators to enhance drone applications in intelligence, surveillance, and maritime operations.
Armed Forces Radio.
From our reporter on the ground, let us hear the report of Leonor about AFP neutralizes NPA members, recovers firearms in Bukidnon operations.
The 403rd Infantry Brigade neutralized 6 CPP-NPA terrorists and recovered 26 high-powered firearms during a series of focused military operations in Bukidnon last August 2025. 4 high-value individuals and 14 other rebels also surrendered following the operations, further weakening the NPA's manpower and firepower in north-central Mindanao. The brigade extended full assistance in retrieving and turning over the remains of the slain rebels to their families. Brigade Commander Brigadier General Sigfred Tubalado said the operations highlighted the importance of the community cooperation and trust in achieving lasting peace and security in the region. This is Leonor Tanap reporting for AFP Community News, 1FP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Leonor.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Army honored this year's Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipino Soldiers awardees during its flag-raising ceremony at Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City yesterday. Army Commanding General Lieutenant General Antonio Navarrete presented command plaques to Colonel Joey Fontiveros and Colonel Ricky Canatoy for their exceptional dedication and service. Lieutenant General Navarrete lauded the awardees for embodying the Army's values of courage, integrity, and service to the nation. The Army also commended Metrobank Foundation for its 4 decades of recognizing outstanding Filipinos who exemplify excellence and leadership beyond their professions.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, Philippine National Police Chief Police Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. vowed to further intensify the campaign against individuals and groups behind overseas job scams. This statement was issued after the Department of Foreign Affairs reported 222 active requests for assistance from Filipinos located in scam hub areas. According to Nartates, the PNP is in constant coordination with the DFA, the Department of Migrant Workers, and its foreign law enforcement counterparts in tracking down those involved in luring Filipinos into illegal online operations abroad. Meanwhile, the PNP chief affirmed that the agency is committed in hunting down and prosecuting these who prey on the Filipinos through fake job offers and human trafficking schemes.
Armed Forces Radio.
More updates from Beth Tanyete. 9th Special Forces Company launches agricultural skills training to MNLF community in Basilan.
The Training Education Program for Agriculture Core Production in situ for the MNLF Community Official opened at Camp Mahutala, Barangay Baungis, Lantawan, Basilan Province. The program aims to equip MNLF members with vital agricultural skills to boost livelihood opportunities and support peace-building effort. 19th Special Forces Company affirmed the unit commitment to initiatives that promote peace and sustainable development. This is Betanyete reporting for the AFP Community News, 1 AFP for the Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Tañete.
DWDD National News.
The Philippines and Japan reaffirmed their stronger partnership in defense, economic, and regional cooperation on the sidelines of the 47th Associations of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN Summit and related summits in Malaysia. This was after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. held his first bilateral meeting with newly elected Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae, where he congratulated the latter on her recent election. During the meeting, both leaders agreed to continue strengthening the Philippines-Japan strategic partnership toward reaching a free and open Indo-Pacific and advancing peace and stability in the region. Meanwhile, President Marcos Jr. said that he looked forward in working closely with Japan as both countries prepared to mark the 70th anniversary of the normalization of their diplomatic relations in 2026.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. accepted the resignation of National Bureau of Investigation Director Jaime Santiago. This was confirmed by Palace Press Officer Claire Castro during a media briefing in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. During a flag-raising ceremony at the NBI headquarters in Pasay, Santiago bid farewell to the employees and expressed gratitude for their support during his time as the Bureau's director. Santiago sent his resignation letter last August 2025 because of the retractors who allegedly have sinister interest in his position.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Joy of First Year G about new NOLCOM commander charts unified path forward with thrust press on, one frontier, one defense.
Yes, Rofh, a new chapter unfolds for the Northern Luzon Command as Major General Aristotel Danan Gonzalez, Philippine Air Force, is promoted to Lieutenant General and assumes command as the 35th Commander during the change of command ceremony at Camp Aquino San Miguel, Tarlac City. The donning of ranks and assumption ceremony was led by General Romeo S. Browner Jr., Chief of Staff Armed Forces of the Philippines. The momentous event symbolized not only a new milestone in Lieutenant General Gonzalez's distinguished career but also the trust and confidence bestowed upon him to lead the defenders of the North. Upon assuming command, Lieutenant General Gonzalez vowed to enhance Northern Luzon Command's operational readiness, interagency coordination, and support for national development in line with the Armed Forces of the Philippines' vision of a strong and responsive defense force. He pledged to lead with purpose and unity, emphasizing clarity of purpose and unity of action, and introduces command trust, press on NOLCOM, one frontier, one defense, embodying the steadfast and disciplined spirit of the defenders of the North. This is Melji Nasho Arok reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Maljoya First CRG.
DWDD National News.
Following National Bureau of Investigation Director Jaime Santiago's resignation, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. appointed Assistant Director Lito Magno as the NBI's officer in charge. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro confirmed last Monday during a media briefing in Kuala Lumpur that President Marcos accepted Santiago's resignation. Prior to his appointment, Magno headed the NBI regional office in Central Luzon and Northern Mindanao, where he led operations against human trafficking, organized crime, and fraud. Magno was also among the NBI officials who spearheaded the operation that led to the arrest of dismissed Bambam Mayor Alice Guo in Indonesia.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Justice announced that the search and retrieval operations for the remains of missing Sabongeros in Taal Lake have been suspended due to poor weather conditions worsened by the latest 3 volcano eruptions. Cited from a Philippine Coast Guard report, DOJ spokesperson Polo Martinez said that all operations were halted due to deterioration of prevailing weather conditions. Martinez affirmed that once weather conditions improve, all operating units are prepared to continue operations. Meanwhile, as of October 12, authorities have recovered 981 bones from Taal Lake, wherein at least 887 were identified as human.
Armed Forces Radio.
Now some information from Ferdy about Tog 5 promotes peace and development through Campus Forum in Ligaw City.
Good day everyone. Tactical Operations Group 5 of the Philippine Air Force conducted a Campus Peace and Development Forum at IDS College Incorporated in Ligaw City. The forum aimed to instill a culture of peace, unity, and sustainable development among students through awareness, dialogue, and collaboration. It encouraged the youth to take an active role in promoting social responsibility and community resilience. The initiative forms part of TOG5's continuing peace advocacy across the schools and communities in the Bicol region. This is Ferdy Blues reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Ferdy.
DWDD National News.
The Department of the Interior local government directed all town or city governments near Taal and Canlaon volcanoes to be on full alert following reports of eruptions and earthquakes. The department also directed the local government units to activate their disaster risk reduction and management councils, reposition emergency supplies, and ensure the readiness and safety of evacuation centers. The DILG urged the public to observe health precautions such as wearing masks, avoiding eye contact with ash particles, and staying hydrated. Meanwhile, the agency issued another advisory that directed local chief executives in Batangas and also in Cavite to implement critical preparedness measures as Taal volcano remains under alert level 1 following two minor phreatomagmatic eruptions at its main crater last October 26.
DWDD National News.
On the other hand, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority has intensified its mobile materials recovery facility operation, collection, and market day in Metro Manila. The said campaign is a grassroots campaign that brings recycling directly to communities in the mentioned area. According to MMDA, the program, which moves from barangay to barangay, continues to gain traction as residents actively participate in collecting and exchanging recyclable materials for cash or goods. In the same effort to modernize waterway cleanup, the agency announced that the MMDA, in partnership with the Pasig City government, also launched the Bayanihan sa Estero program and the ADB MMDA Pasig City Clearbot project in Cristina Homes, Barangay Pinagbuhatan, Pasig City, not only to enhance flood control but also strengthen community awareness on waste reduction.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let's hear more from Gina about Philippine Army earns ARTA recognition for exemplary public service.
Yes, Rofh, the Philippine Army was honored as the only uniformed service awardee in this year's Anti-Red Tape Authorities Report Card Survey Awards 2.0 held at Conrad Hotel, Pasay City. The recognition underscores the Army's strong commitment to combat corruption and uphold integrity in public service. It highlights the PA's continued efforts to streamline processes and ensure fast, fair, and efficient service delivery. The award reaffirms the Army's dedication in maintaining transparency and accountability across all levels of its organization. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Senate Finance Subcommittee identified a total of 6,187 red flag infrastructure projects worth 271 billion pesos in the proposed 2026 budget of the Department of Public Works and Highways during the budget deliberation yesterday. According to Senator Win Gatchalian, the said projects require further examination, citing possible duplications and lack of clarity in project details. In response, Public Works and Highways Secretary Vince Dizon explained that the 2026 budget was prepared under his predecessor and stated that he and his team had identified 946 duplicate projects, including some with identical names that were listed in the 2025 budget and totaled 14.455 billion pesos. As of October 26, Dizon said the department had validated 798 projects nationwide, mostly road and bridge construction and rehabilitation.
DWDD National News.
Department of Migrant Works Secretary Hans Kakdak reported that more Filipinos fell victim to scam hub operations in Southeast Asian countries. According to Kakdak, the Department of Migrant Workers and the Department of Foreign Affairs were still validating reports that the number of victims could exceed the 222 active assistance requests reported by the DFA last Sunday. Of the said number of active cases, 9 victims are in the custody of the Philippine Embassy in Yangon, 66 have crossed into Maysot, and 154 others arrived in Maysot from Myanmar last Sunday night. Meanwhile, Filipinos are frequently persuaded to such jobs through ads in social media and messaging apps where illegal recruiters promise high salaries to work as customer service representatives.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Spencer about 4th RCDG hosts first ever airsoft competition for ROTC Corps commanders in Calabarzon.
Yes, Rofh, the 4th Regional Community Defense Group successfully held its first ever airsoft competition, gathering ROTC Corps commanders from across Calabarzon at Camp General Macario, Sakay, Los Baños, Laguna. The event featured shooting challenges that tested participants' agility, coordination, and decision-making under pressure. 4 RCDG Commander Colonel Rustico Villanueva emphasized the importance of precision, discipline, and confidence in leadership during the opening ceremony. The competition not only promoted camaraderie but also enhanced the tactical and leadership skills of future military leaders. This is Spencer, reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer.
DWDD National News.
For our weather update, the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration announced the beginning of the Northeast Monsoon or Amihan season. Pag-asa said recent observations show the strengthening of a high-pressure area over East Asia, which has brought a surge of northeasterly winds over extreme northern Luzon. The Weather Bureau added that other environmental indicators such as the increase in atmospheric pressure and the gradual cooling of their surroundings also point to the transition to the Northeast Monsoon. During the season, Amihan will become more dominant in most areas of the country, bringing cooler and drier air and occasional surges of cold temperature.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio, the DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.